After months of testing, changing my mind, and trying different combinations, I finally chose the wax blend for Her Haven Candle Studio. Now, before we get started, this was not an easy thing to do, okay? Not at all. Now, choosing the right wax was a lot harder than I expected. After months of research, watching different videos on YouTube University, I know, and trying to really understand the different waxes and what I was looking for from my candles, it was a lot harder than I thought it would be, honestly. And no, I did not choose the wax that I originally thought I would, but just stay tuned. We'll talk about that later. Hey sugars, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, this is Building a Haven with Tessa. I'm Tessa, and on this channel, I am documenting my journey on creating a purpose-filled life, home, and business one step at a time. Today, we're going to step into the Her Haven Candle Studio side of the channel. So those of you who don't know, Her Haven Candle Studio is my home fragrance business created to help women turn their homes into a place of peace, into comfort and rest. In tonight's video, I'm sharing how I finally came up with the wax blend for Her Haven candles. As I said in the intro, I did not go with the original wax that I thought I would. I chose a specific wax in the beginning, and by the end of it, I wound up tweaking a couple waxes and adjusting the percentages so that they fit what I was looking for my candles, which is why you won't really find this blend anywhere else, because I created it. First things first, why is the wax choice so important? The wax choice is so important because the wax actually affects how the candle is going to perform. It affects how the candle looks. It affects how the candle burns. It affects the overall experience that you get from the candle. I wanted my wax to give off a really smooth, creamy white kind of finish. That's what I was going for. I wanted it to look luxe, even though it's not going to cost luxe. I still want that feel. When I light a candle, I want to feel that vibe. That's what I was going for the looks. So I have this candle here. Now, granted, the fragrance oils will change the colors sometimes of your wax. I didn't know that at first. Now I do. But if you look at this one, this is my Slow Mornings candle. And if you look, you can see the color of the wax is like, it has like a yellowish hue. It's still very creamy looking. It's still, oh Lord, I sealed it, didn't I? It's still, I know it's a habit. I gotta smell them. But it's a creamy finish. It adheres to the jar. It looks really nice. I actually changed these. So I ranted and raved about these labels in the last video, and I've changed them again. So go figure. I'll show you all exactly how I got these, and then I'll show you the new ones that I've created. But anyway, that's the look that I was going for, if you can see it. So that's the smaller candle. Here's the bigger one. So if the bigger one, if you can see it, this one isn't as, like, it doesn't have that yellowish hue. I don't know if you can tell, maybe from the angle, but it doesn't have that yellowish hue. So this is the Sweet Escape candle. And on this one, you see it's same thing. Smooth tops. It looks pretty good. I hope it's close enough, you guys. If it's not, by all means, fuss at me in the comment section. I want to hear it. But yeah, so that's how, didn't put the top on there good enough. But that's how I wanted them to look. As far as the burn goes, I wanted it to burn smoothly. I don't know if you all can see it. I'm sure you can, but I have a candle burning here. So I wanted them to burn smooth. Maybe I shouldn't pick it up on camera. Probably shouldn't pick it up. I'll show you in the angle. Let me see. I wanted the flame to be steady. I wanted it to just give the overall ambiance of calm, right? Like, nobody wants a candle that's a campfire, and nobody wants a candle that they have to relight several times. I wanted it to stay lit. I wanted it to burn smoothly. I wanted it to have an even melt pool and just be an overall good candle. Even the small one, I wanted you to receive that experience regardless of the size of the candle. Next, hot and cold throw. Okay, so as a candle maker, this is probably my favorite part of making the candles, the hot and the cold throw. So those of you who don't know, the cold throw is simply just whatever you smell while the candle is not lit. The hot throw, of course, is when the candle is lit, right? The problem is there are times where you'll light a candle, and if the wick isn't strong enough, or the wax isn't the right kind of wax, or maybe you use too much fragrance oil, too little fragrance oil, it's a lot to it, right? All of those can actually give a negative reaction for your candle. So that was very important to me. I wanted you to get the experience of smelling the candle. You imagine going to the store, smelling your candle, loving it, purchasing it, going home, lighting it, and nothing happens. Crickets. Exactly. That's what I did not want with my candle business. I want everyone to experience the Her Haven candle fragrance for themselves. But the experience that I'm going for is, oh my gosh, that candle lit up the room. I was not expecting to smell that little itty bitty candle in my bedroom. That's what I expect. And honestly, I just did that this morning. I lit the Refresh candle that you all just seen. I lit it earlier, and then I walked out for a little while, made the kids breakfast and everything, and I came back upstairs and I was like, whoa, it wasn't strong. I'm not going to sit there and say it was strong, and I didn't expect it to be. It's a 3-ounce candle, right? In this room, but I still smelled it, which was amazing because it's a small candle. So that means in the small office space, or in the small bathroom, or, in the small entryway, wherever you have it, it's going to light up that small space. It does its job. That's the point. That's where I wanted my hot and cold throw to be. I wanted it to create that memory. I wanted you to smell it initially and fall in love with it. And then when you get home and you light it, oh my gosh, I wanted to serenade to you. I wanted to just sing. So the next thing was how long the candle lasts. Now this was a biggie for me because, of course, every candle maker wants their candles to last, a long time, but not too long, right? You got to find that sweet spot where it's long enough for the customer to enjoy it, but not so long that they don't come back, right? You need them to come back. So that was the goal. It was trying to find a really good median. So these small candles last, my 3-ounce candles last anywhere between 20 to 25 hours. I feel like that's really good for this small candle. You'll get a couple burns out of it, real good burns, and they burn really well. Like I said, bathrooms, office spaces, vestibules, maybe reading nooks. These big candles, the bigger candles are for more open spaces. These are pure powerhouses. They lit up my entire downstairs, like living room, dining room, and kitchen. This candle also, depending on the fragrance, if it's a really strong fragrance like Slow Mornings and Reset are very strong fragrances. This candle covers a pretty big space. If you have a pretty big bedroom, like my bedroom is decent sized. It's not like huge, but overall, this candle or this size, the 6.5 or the 11.5 ounce candles, will definitely cover any open spaces that you have. The smaller candles, of course, they handle the smaller areas, but every candle, the fragrance just blooms into the room. It's great. It's a wonderful experience, and that's what I was going for. I wanted it to last a long time and to hit every corner of the room like it's supposed to. I want you to walk in and immediately feel like you're living in the candle. Okay, this is the fun part. Wick performance. Lord, baby, did you see how I sat back? Oh my gosh, the wicks. Wick performance was one of those things where it's great when it works, and if it doesn't, it's devastating. Yeah, devastating. You can go out and purchase several different wicks. They might work and they might not. And that's the point. You have to test and test and test and test some more and test. Oh, it's exhausting. The testing sucked. Now, when it worked, oh, I was ecstatic. But when it didn't work, I would just get so exhausted and devastated from it. The wick performance is super important. Because if that doesn't work, nothing will in your candle. It doesn't matter how beautiful your wax is. It doesn't matter how smooth your tops are. If your wick is not burning the candle properly, you won't smell it. You might cause a fire. Or it might not stay lit. Especially the wood wicks. Now, of course, I have wood wicks in my larger candles. So, forgive me, this is one of the testers. But you can see the wood wicks. It's a little charred in there. It's black. But you can see the wood wick in there. I use the wood wicks because I thought it gave a calmer aesthetic. I thought it gave like something different, a different vibe. So far, I haven't had any negative experiences with them, which is why I'm pretty confident that I chose the right wicks. It took me quite a few rounds of wick testing to get the right ones. Now that I finally got the ones for this particular wax, I'm good as gold. I am happy. Now, later on down the line, I will be probably doing a different wax for maybe a different collection because I have several collections in mind. But for the time being, this wax is the wax for me. Frosting, sinkholes, and jar adhesion. Oh boy. Okay, so frosting is pretty much what I can't even show you because I don't have it. Maybe I can find a picture of it. Frosting, it's literally just a reaction. If the wax, I guess, could sit too long, or if the wax gets too cold, if the temperature isn't quite right in the home, the wax will frost. Like, it is what it is. Things like that happen, but it's not going to affect your candle at all. Now, to the next thing, sinkholes. I learned that with certain waxes, you will get sinkholes. So there's a way that we're supposed to fix that. Now, I'm sorry, y'all. The kids are making a lot of noise. They're playing. Y'all just gonna have to bear with it. I told you. Mama 5, okay? So, and then we have cousins over too. Lord, I don't know. Help. So yeah, I learned that sinkholes happen when you pour your wax too high. In order to kind of prevent that, depending on the wax that you choose, you can simply pour the wax cooler. And sometimes it helps and sometimes it doesn't. Now, if it doesn't help, you can still fix the situation. You just poke some holes in the wax once it's completely solidified. So maybe wait overnight. Once it's solidified, you poke a couple holes in it, like relief holes, and then you use your heat gun, you melt it back down until your top is smooth, and you're good to go. That's what I do on some of my candles if that happens. Because I do have a soy wax in my candle. A lot of the times this happens with soy waxes. So that was one of the things that I could not kind of prevent. With the wax blend that I created, I combated the frosting. I combated the rough tops to some degree. I still had to tweak that and work with it. So the next thing was the rough tops. So rough tops is pretty much if you can pour your wax and you don't get a smooth top. Sometimes you'll get rough tops, and I don't know if you can see it, but sometimes you get rough tops, and it's okay. Like, the candle will still burn, everything will still look great. But of course, when someone purchases a candle, they want it to look smooth. They don't want it to look like somebody smeared it or they didn't dry quite well or anything like that. They want it to almost look perfect. I mean, that's anyone that's spending their money on something, right? So you want a smooth top. The kicker is some waxes don't give the smooth tops, so you have to learn to tweak it, which I did. You get your heat gun, you even it out, and you're good to go. Smooth sailing. The next one was jar adhesion. So I'm going to show you the jar adhesion. So I'm going to give you this one as well, because like, if you can look right here, can you see that? Those are called wet spots. They look like the jar is wet, but it isn't. And they form. Sometimes they form and sometimes they don't. That's all it is. It's not a problem. There's no issues. It's still going to burn perfectly. It just has that weird spot on it. And to be honest, a lot of people don't even care about it. They're worried about the hot throw and the cold throw. Usually if you have those and it looks decent, you got a pretty label and it's a decent price, you're smooth sailing. You're good to go. So just give those a shot, see what happens. I don't know. That's what I chose for her Haven. So what I originally planned to use. Okay, so the very first wax that I originally chose after doing all of my months of research, right, was the Golden Brands 464 soy wax. Now this is 100% soy wax, which I thought was great, right? Like, people want 100% soy. That's a healthier alternative when it comes to candles. All of that great stuff. It really is good. However, here are a couple pros and cons for it. We'll start off with the pros. The pros is it does have a natural looking finish, which is always great. It has a slow burn, so that's perfect, you know, especially when you want a longer lasting candle. It has a decent, from my experience, it has a decent cold throw. It's not the best cold throw. It's one of those, like, you know, you smell it, it's like, okay, that's nice, but it's not as soon as you open the top, it's like, you know, bow head out, watch out now kind of thing. You don't get that. You get like, oh, it's just nice. That's at least my experience. And of course, it's easy to find. You can pretty much find 464 anywhere. Now, the cons is what kind of tore me away from it, because the cure times or the testing times are a lot longer. Your hot throw could be inconsistent. 1 minute it burns really well and you smell it, and the next minute it burns and you don't. I don't know. I don't know. The tops may get rough after burning. So when I say rough, I mean like kind of bumpy or wavy. Your tops won't be as smooth. For whatever reason, it'll kind of have these waves in it, and it just didn't look pretty. It was an aesthetic thing, you know, cosmetic, of course. It's not a big deal, especially if it was a good burning candle. But that's just something that I wasn't going for my brand, right? And also it could frost. So the frosting, as I said before, frosting is that white stuff that kind of like accumulates when, you know, the wax gets too cold or something like that, or whatever. That's just something that happens with soy candles, and that I didn't like. I just didn't like it. It looked weird. I wasn't a big fan of it, and it'll kind of get patchy. It's like an ashy candle. I just wasn't a fan of it, so that's why I didn't. The next wax that I tried was the IGI 6006 wax. Now this wax, I actually did like it. I'm not gonna lie, I liked it, and I thought that this is where I was gonna stay. I thought it was gonna be this wax, hands down, nothing else. I was fine, right? Not quite. So the pros for IGI 6006, the hot throw and the cold throw was, oh my God, it's absolutely amazing. Like, I love the hot throw and the cold throw with IGI 6006. Like, soon as you open the top, you smell that candle instantly. You got it. And when you burn it, it literally, it fills the entire room. It really does. It does a wonderful job with its hot throw and its cold throw. It has a smooth, creamy appearance, which is absolutely what I was going for with my candles, because I wanted it to look pretty. It usually needs less cure time than soy, and as I explained to you all before, testing sucks. So I didn't want to test for 14 days if I could have, you know, a candle that was pretty much finished in 5 to 7 days. I choose that. I choose the 5 to 7 days, because then I can test it sooner. I can get an idea of how it's going to burn. I can get the idea of how it's going to smell. The next thing was, it's a single pour wax. So when I say that, I mean, it's a one and done. You can pour this wax and leave it alone. You know, it stays level. There's no frosting. There's no bumpy surfaces. There's no weird anything that the soy wax does. IGI 6006 just didn't do it. It's fused with soy wax and refined petroleum, so it kind of already has that like creamy vibe. It was perfect. I love that wax. One of the cons for IGI 6006 is the fact that it contains paraffin. So for those of you who don't know, paraffin is simply a refined petroleum candle wax. So just based off of that alone, some people avoid it simply because it's not a natural based wax like your coconut, apricot, or your soy. Some other cons for the 6006 wax is it can produce soot if it's not wicked properly. Now, I've had this problem before where I'll wick a candle and I'll think it's doing really well, and then all of a sudden I have these like wisps of black soot just floating off in the air. Another problem was it did cause wet spots on the glass. Now, I did learn in the candle world that wet spots really aren't that big of a deal, and most customers don't even mind them. That's just something that we have a problem with as candle makers. We look at it and it's like, it's not perfect, but customers really don't care about that. Long as it burns well and it smells good, they're fine. So don't stress. The other thing was, it's a pretty soft wax, so it can struggle sometimes in heat. So you kind of have to find that perfect temperature. But overall, I did like this wax, and this was my favorite one to go with. The next wax I chose to check out was coconut apricot wax. So now this wax was definitely, I will say, one of my favorites. I mean, between this wax and the IGI 6006, they were definitely my favorite waxes. I really did enjoy using both waxes, and I kind of got to see which ones worked best with whatever wicks that I had right at the time. We'll say with coconut apricot wax, the strong throw, I said the strong throw, father. The hot throw is absolutely amazing. The hot throw and cold throw, chef's kiss. It was perfect. The look of the candle was beautiful, smooth tops, creamy finish, what have you. Like, the appearance was actually immaculate. I absolutely loved coconut apricot wax. Anytime I used it, it was really good. That I made with the coconut apricot. I hate the smell of this candle. Here's one of the candles that I made with the coconut apricot wax before I decided to rebrand. So originally I was Luxe Leather and Light, and that was the name of my candle brand, and this one was called High School Daydream. because that's what it smells like to me. It smells like, I don't know, it smells like high school perfume or something like that. It's just something I wasn't a big fan of, depending on what the perfume was. But you know, back in the day, we went to Bath and Body Works, and sometimes you love it and sometimes you didn't. This is one of the fragrances that I wasn't a big fan of, but a lot of people actually liked it. But anyway, this is how it looks. So I still have this candle gold figure, but this is what it looked like. It was smooth tops, very smooth, very creamy. Yeah, very smooth, very creamy, and it burned beautifully. Very easy to use, and it is a 1-pour wax. So yet again, I found another 1-pour wax. It was easy to use. It had great hot throw, it had great cold throw, and it was smooth, creamy, and had that luxury looking finish that I was going for. So to me, this was a winner. Here's the kicker. Coconut apricot wax was definitely more expensive. So for somebody that's just starting out, it was like, do I really want to put into this, you know, as much? But the other con was, because it's a soft wax, they can struggle in the hot weather. So if it's warm outside, like I had experiences of that before, when I would go and ship certain candles out, they would melt. Like, you know, they would melt before they got to the customer, and then the customer could get it. And mind you, I'm saying the customer, but you know, at the time I was still in my testing phases, so I was just kind of shipping it to family to get an idea of what would happen. So, you know, I learned very early that coconut apricot wax, you might want to ship it with maybe an ice pack or something in there just to keep it cool, because it's sitting in the post office or it's sitting in the truck or whatever the case may be. It'll melt. But it's wax, it's still going to melt, and you don't want that. You don't want your customer to get a candle that's melted down or seeping out, and it's just not a good look for your business. So that was one of the hiccups for the coconut apricot wax for me. If you did make it to this part of the video, then you probably already guessed it. I used all 3 of these waxes in my blend. Yes, I did. That's about it, honestly, for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you did enjoy it, please don't forget to hit the like button or subscribe to my channel so that you can get notified anytime I release a new video. It means so much that you all are here with me on this journey. So until next time, relax, enjoy, find your peace, and find your haven. Bye, sugars. I'll see you in the next video.